Om Shanti. Today is Murli, 14th October 2021, Bap Dada Madhuban. Essence: sweet children, gain victory over Ravan, the wisest, with the power of yoga and celebrate the true Dashera. Question: what is the connection between the Ramayana and the Mahabharata? What does Dashera indicate? Answer: Dashera means the end of Ravan and liberation of the Sitas. However, you are not liberated from Ravan by celebrating Dashera. When the Mahabharata takes place, all the Sitas are liberated. The kingdom of Ravan ends through the Mahabharata war, and so the Ramayana, the Mahabharata and the Gita have a very deep connection. Murli's important points. Om Shanti. The father tells you that you are the Brahmin community. At present, you cannot be called the deity community. You are now the Brahmin community, and later you will become the deity community. Today, on the day of Dashera, their Ramayana is going to end. However, it doesn't really end. If Ravan dies, then the story of the Ramayana should come to an end, but it doesn't really end. It is through the Mahabharata that liberation is received. When the kingdom of Ravan comes to an end through the Mahabharata war, there will be no need to celebrate Dashera, etc. The Gita and the Mahabharata also destroy the kingdom of Ravan. Now there is time and preparations are being made. Theirs are violent, whereas yours are non-violent. Yours is the Gita. You listen to the knowledge of the Gita. What will happen through that? The kingdom of Ravan will end. Although they kill Ravan, that doesn't bring the kingdom of Rama. It is now the confluences. You are now making preparations for gaining victory over Ravan. It is weapons of knowledge, not physical weapons, that are needed for this. They have portrayed a battle between Rama and Ravan. All of those scriptures belong to the path of devotion. You are now conquering the kingdom of Ravan with the power of yoga. This is something incognito. You gain victory over Ravan. The five vices. How? With the Gita. The path of devotion began at the time that the kingdom of Ravan began. Only you know this. The Gita is connected with the Mahabharata war. You listen to the Gita and attain the kingdom, and the war takes place for cleansing the world. All the divine activities shown in the Bhagavad are without purpose. There is nothing in the Shiv Purana. Actually, the Gita should be called the Shiv Purana. Shiv Baba sits here and gives knowledge. The highest is the Gita. Father only says one thing: remember me and your sins will be absolved. You must also understand the cycle. That's all. This is why the Gita is made so tiny. This knowledge is for learning by heart. You know that people create lockets of the Gita and it has very tiny writing in it. Baba also now puts lockets around your necks, that of the Trimurti and the kingdom. Baba says the Gita is two words, alpha and beta. This is the locket of the secret mantra of Manmanabhav. He continues to speak this knowledge. If you were to collect all the paper used for the murlis, there would be so much of it. The father explains to you in detail. In a nutshell, he says, remember Alpha. What else do you spend your time on? Each of you has a huge burden of sins on your head. It can only be removed with remembrance. This requires effort. You repeatedly forget. If you continue to remember Baba, you would never have any obstacles. When you become body conscious, you experience obstacles. By listening to the Gita, you become worthy of becoming the masters of the world. The Gita and the Mahabharata are for the present time, when the kingdom of Ravan is to be destroyed. The war they have portrayed is wrong. The war is for conquering the 5 vices. The father is telling you 2 words from the Gita, Manmanabhav and Madhyajibhav. These 2 terms appear at the beginning and the end of the Gita. The father says, constantly remember me alone. The father says this to the whole world. The one Gita has been falsified. The Gita is preached in every language. There will just be one language in your kingdom. There won't be any scriptures or books there. Nothing to do with the path of devotion exists there. Bharat has a connection with the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Gita. God speaks the Gita to his children, through which they become the masters of heaven. You become pure through the Gita. God the purifier only comes at the end. He says, lust is the greatest enemy and you have to conquer it. Never be defeated by the vice of lust. It causes a lot of damage. Well-known people, ministers, etc. are defamed because of lust. Many people are spoiled because of lust. This is why the father explains many young people who observe celibacy come to Baba. They never get married. There are also females who live like that. You don't remain fully engaged in doing service. Sometimes you have great enthusiasm for doing service, whereas at other times you become slack. Each of you can ask yourself to see if this is what happens. Sometimes you make mistakes and this is why Baba has to explain to you. You have to speak very sweetly and make everyone happy. No one should react forcefully. Baba is the ocean of love. People are now beating their heads so much to stop the slaughter of cows. Baba says the greatest slaughter is to use the sword of lust. First put an end to that. The other slaughter is not going to end, no matter how much they beat their heads. And the sword of lust should not be used either. There is so much difference between what people say and what the Father says. Those who conquer lust will become the masters of the pure world. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. First point, become an ocean of love equal to the Father. Never be forceful. Speak very sweetly and make everyone happy. Second point, do service with your bones. Maintain the intoxication that you will shed your old body and become a prince or princess. Blessing, may you be a constant server and with your love for service, transform your Lokik family into a godly family. The duty of a server is to be constantly engaged in doing service, whether it is service through thoughts, words, or actions. A server never considers service to be separate from him. Those whose intellects always love doing service change their Lokik family into a godly family. A server doesn't consider his home to be a home, but a place for doing service. The main virtue of a server is renunciation. Those with an attitude of renunciation stay in their households as embodiments of tapasya, through which service happens automatically. Slogan: in order to make your sanskars divine, surrender your mind and intellect to the Father. अच्छा, ओम शांति।